Therefore, Yabamuni Akwaba, Eba Melodies Podcast YouTube channel, so Mr. And there your first time waha. Subscribe and click the notification bell on so am I. We understand latest news be about one Sabeka, not just a year no. Say Menzgold customers, say Emran and Apia Mensa or RIVA. Yan team Menzgold customers Bianca. Now for the very first time, Menzgold customers are Babontain, Eden Sembi Abetuja, Wamo Ababontain Abekasa. Na wamoko eya class FM na wamode insem ekotuja mobekaya emse embra Menzgold insem shase se etwa ewo Ghana se de ankrofo shase so na apia mensa wo ye froster wo de musike dwane na wo mba biom Dubai case no trese eye fake ni nyama trese na apia mensa kan ye nchi no Dubai ye trese ni na ka fake eye stories no na apia mensa peso ye no disika ni dwane sanse ni aba Ngofu bebre na senia esi ewo Ghana no nsem bi eba sei na ngofu bebre na ede wo mo story eba intino Menzgold customers na wo mo gina na apia mensa di a wo mo de musika ekoto ho no ebi mo ababonten abekasa na de no mo kan say omo deep down in their heart na wo mo gidi se na apia mensa wonye obi an oye froster. But senior na asem ne ko obehwe ende na Joy FM4 report City FM4 report ende blog we kan akwa se wo bia e tre se na apia mensa ye froster intino se wuji di kra se wonye froster kra in a way no beba be giedi se o ye froster because wo bia was around you bia e kan se ne bakono we wia osika intino at a point no the news na apia mensa no onye froster but at a point no wo mo be gitum se wo musika no ahye wo be gitum so musika na ahye but to omo de omo kan say na apia mensa wa return ne nko ade yenya nti ye menya info bi say wono na apia mensa e no de ne pe abagana na apia mensa na nkasa no pe so bagana de daada na e ya ban no na ye long nti no wo mo trese nyama we nia e trese na apia mensa wonye froster because obi a we bia wo sika wo di dwane de wonye na adwen say wono ababa to wo man ni mu na trese wa be go through the law na wa ye na adwen say wo betua mo dabi nka nipa kono wonye na adwen kra sada nti no the fact na apia mensa ankasa willingly waba back na wopese wotia eye customers no that fact in contrast na apia mensa is not a froster. This is what some Menzgold customers no ebimo e class FM e kan interview no very long and no kan interview no so mo ye e wo brofu mu na me pese mo waste mo time yanko tie nsema wo mo e de etu dwa wo mo de musika ebi mo kan sika wo mo de to ho na nyama odu no say Ghana ha say de nkrofo wo sika pa nti yanko tie nsema wo mo so e de tu dwa.
Already know since the inception of this whole Menzgold saga, a lot of stories were in the airwaves and in the printed media and in the internet concerning NAM1. So for us customers reading and hearing some of the disturbing stories, we concluded at some point that our investments had evaporated, it was lost, only to find out at some point that, well, he went to Dubai in pursuing this the monies that he owed his customers, and he was put in jail for some reason. And he went to court, won the court case, the first instance, and also the appeal. And finally, if he's back in Ghana, then it means that there's a lot more hope than we earlier started with. So it's a complete U-turn for some of us, the customers, from where we used to be and to where we are now. Yeah.
Is that to say that you were actually not expecting that NAM1 would come back to Ghana?
Well, at some points, especially after September, and then the Menzgold gave a payment schedule to its clients, and we were expecting by mid of December they will honor their promise, and those of us who migrated would start receiving money from Menzgold. When that didn't happen, and giving our ears to some of the newspaper, the publications in the media, we concluded that, well, perhaps we invested in a Ponzi scheme as it was described, and that our money was lost. So
as of this point in time, you don't think Menzgold is
a complete U-turn?
No, but do you feel as of this point in time, with the arrival of NAM1, right, that Menzgold was not a Ponzi scheme?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Not.
Okay, let me come to Mr. Graham Williams on this one. For you, how do you take the news of NAM1 back in the country?
I am very, very happy. In fact, the whole of yesterday, I think it looks like yesterday was my birthday.
I see.
Yes, I was overjoyed because for some time now we have really been under financial distress.
Okay.
Yes, and then listening to all that was going around, people, panelists lambasting us here and there, calling us greedy, and so on. In fact, we lost hope along the line. But for me, from day one, I knew I did not invest in any Ponzi scheme. I had so much faith in Menzgold. But as a person, it will get to a point you start giving up. And that was what happened. But I am happy that he's here, at least. That is comforting.
Okay, I'm going to say this. I don't know, and I don't know whether you want to get into the details of this, but I'm going to pose the question anyway. How much did you involve in actually sink into Menzgold?
Myself?
Yes.
No, that I didn't want to disclose.
Okay,
so it's a lot.
I can give you an idea. It's definitely more than 100,000 CDs.
More than 100,000 CDs.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Olga Williams, is what you invested in Menzgold, is it more substantial than what, you don't need to mention it, is it more substantial than what Sarah is talking about?
Far more than that.
Far more substantial than that.
Yeah.
Okay, now let me break it down to you. When it comes to the Horizon, that entity in Dubai that supposedly now owes, NAM1 some money, we're looking at around $39 million. When I multiply that figure by 5, you get less than 200 million Ghana cedis. That is 195 million Ghana cedis. Okay. The amount of money involved that Menzgold owes the 16,000 customers, including you too, is 1.68 billion. Okay, so looking at that, the reality of getting paid sort of shrinks to a certain point in time. Now you're excited that NAM1 is back in the country, but does that excite you, hearing that, look, even if he got that money, that sum of money now, all of that money, it still won't suffice to even pay, let's say, even a quarter of you, maybe even 1/10 of you? How do you feel about that?
I still don't feel anything, because that is not the only source of income, and that might not be the only investment Menzgold has. I per se is not banking my hope only on that payment. Even if that payment did not come, Menzgold will still find a way of paying us.
But if Menzgold could have done that, why did they not pay you earlier? Even with, you can't tell me that when a CEO is absent. Let's take this business for example. The CEO may be absent, but the business must go on, right? So are you saying that with the absence of the CEO, they couldn't take care of their financial, obligations to you? And if there were alternatives, don't you think they would have paid you by now?
That is not the case. As even if Bank of America is stopped in a day and everybody rushes in to liquidate their funds, it will crumble. So I understand what went on, unless people who doesn't understand how things work. So it wasn't necessarily their fault. And then if you read the SEC letter to Menzgold, it says shut down with immediate effect.
Okay.
They did not say shut down and pay customers.
No, but if you follow the rhetoric,
that was an afterthought.
If you follow the rhetoric, whether afterthought or not, if you follow the rhetoric, there were opportunities for payments to be made. In fact, Menzgold at a point in time even announced, some strategies of dealing with some of these people. Did they not?
They did. That's what I'm saying. That is the problem that happens when an institution is asked, a financial institution is asked to stop and everybody rushing for their investments. It will happen.
Okay, let me come to Sarah on this beat. Like I mentioned, even if NAM1 got all this money that he secured from this other entity in Dubai, it still would be just a drop in a bucket in terms of dealing with what he owes you, the 16,000 customers. How does that make you feel?
Okay, now to answer that question, I would like to first of all take you through the mental processes that we Menzgold customers have been through now, and the reason why this current happenings with NAM1 and Menzgold means so much to us.
Okay,
that's point number one. Number two is that I'm not sure where you got your information from. With regard to the figures involved.
Okay,
and
so
I can't speak to that because I don't have the information.
Okay.
For me as a customer, what I'm interested in is that at first I thought my money was gone. Okay, although there were claims that were unsubstantiated at the time, now it turns out that the person around whom every payment obviously Menzgold at this point revolves around, did not run away with the money as it was perceived at the time, and that he was actually on his way in getting money to come and fulfill his promises to his customers, and he ran into trouble. So if that person is back into Ghana right now, it's hope that he's giving to his clients. Now it's up to Menzgold as a company to come up with a plan. They know their books, they know their records. They claim, and we believe almost 100% that they were doing some business with the money that we were giving them. Okay. So because obviously the case in Dubai was not around any other thing than gold, and it was gold business we went to do with them. So now that he's back, he's supposed to sit down, or Menzgold is supposed to sit down with customers and come up with a payment schedule of some sort that we can all agree with. It is up to him and the company to raise the amount, and I'm sure they have other business dealings elsewhere that will meet whatever payment that they have to make to customers. This is my idea about it. Whether the actual figure he won with the Horizon case can fulfill all his obligations towards customers right now, I think we are not the right person to address it. Menzgold will be the...
No, I wasn't asking whether you were the right person to address it. My question was simple.
Right.
Do you have any concerns with that? Because the likelihood then would be that, for example, if that were the main figure, sum of money he was going to rely on, it would mean that some of you likely would get paid and others wouldn't.
If it was true, we would have a certain degree of concern, okay? But then it cannot be compared to where we used to be when we were told that he was a fraudster and had run away with them.
Okay, so better have NAM1 in the country than not know where NAM1 is.
Exactly.
At least that's something, you're making some strides.
Yes.
Let me cross over because you'd be interested in this one. I have joining me on the phone line now, Lee Anna Tefio, communications manager with Menzgold. He basically speaks for Menzgold, and he joins me now on the phone lines. Lee, a very good morning to you.
A very good morning to you too, boss. How are you, sir?
You are the boss. I'm very well. How have you been, Lee?
I think, regularly you're supposed to be checking on me, but I don't know, all of a sudden you stop checking up on me.
Charlie, you want to bash me on this on air. Me, Ama Tefio. I beg you. Makoto and Ame Paucho. Lee, it's good to hear from you.
I take him.
Great. So
I am good.
We thank God for that. NAM1 is in the country. And some people have jubilated, others have felt, he's in the country, but what is the way forward? What can you tell us about NAM1's arrival in the country, and what may be...
Well, thank you very much, and once again, let me say good morning, and then good morning to all your listeners, especially our outstanding, cherished customers. They've been wonderful, and I want to say thank you very much. Yes, I can confirm to you that our Chief Executive Officer, Nana Mensa, arrived yesterday in the country at exactly 11:15 a.m. And immediately he touched down. He was handed over to the Ghana Interpol. And then straight away, we went to the Ghana Police Service headquarters where he was interrogated by the Financial Crime Unit operatives. So it's good news for us as management, as staff, and then as customers as whole. And I'm pretty much sure that, the general public is also excited about it. I can't say that everybody is excited to. It depends on, your how you see this whole thing. But from our side, management, staff, customers, we are pretty much excited that finally, our boss is in Ghana.
Okay, so NAM1 is in Ghana, but the next question is NAM1 going to be able to meet his commitments to his customers? I was just walking, I have some of the, Menzgolders or investors in the studio right now. One of them is Sarah, the other one is Mr. Ogra William. Both of them invested huge money in Menzgold. You know? Connection is concerned, we're not expecting more than $39 or $40 million. Yet, per the details we have, the sum of money. Now, 39 million only translates into less than 200 million Ghana cedis. Is NAM1 going to be able to meet his commitments to his customers?
Okay, first of all, let me find out from you, where did you get the figure 1.8 billion Ghana cedis from?
So this is the figure currently in the Daily Graphic. That is the figure they've actually put out there. Unless you are going to contradict that figure.
Was Daily Graphic?
Yes.
Okay. Did they put any source where the source of that data?
Okay, so it's the figure they have put there, and they say actually when January 2017 and September 2018.
Okay.
Any response to that?
We were not contacted to give our opinion on that figure. They went ahead to publish their own data. I'm not in the position to doubt the Daily Graphic per se, but I would have wished that at least when they got that figure, they would have cross-checked with us to say one or two about it. But we can move on with that.
But before we move on, so what?
We were trying to engage in the figures. I said I don't even want to give what it's official, what's the position per se, but let's get a neutral person who was able to get access to the books, and that's the finance minister. And when he engaged the military, the question was posed to them how much we're owing, and then he made it point clear to them that the books that they've sent so far, the amount we're owing amounted to 200 million Ghana cedis. That's, let's say, $40 million. And I've checked with my boss. He has confirmed that to me. So I'm saying that I don't want us to go into it now. The focus at this point is how we can settle our customers. That's the primus inter pares within management and then our boss as well. Because our customers have gone through a lot, and I don't want us to engage in numbers. We are owing this, we are owing that. We need to pay our customers, and whatever we need to do to pay our customers is what we are going to do and what we are doing. Okay, so the excitement here is that a company in Dubai who owes us almost $39 million that our boss was going to collect in Dubai, and then he gets himself into this trouble. He was able to fight the case, and finally the appeal court has affirmed the decision of the lower court, and they've asked them to pay the money. Don't forget, it's not only Horizon Company that is owing us. The reason why Horizon Company money has gained momentum in the media space was because of the court case. Do you understand? So it's not only that company that is owing us and money that they haven't paid, the other companies as well. So we are going to engage, or we are going to pursue all these companies to pay us. And I'm not in a position to now come into the media space to give you the list of people who are owing us. Professionally, it's not done. Okay, if not because of this Dubai case, nobody knew that Horizon Diamond Royal is owing us such amount of money. Okay, so we are focused. We are focused. We really, really focused. From September up to now, all our effort is geared towards how we can retrieve monies owed us by people that will supply them gold that they haven't paid, collect it, and then put out a payment structure and then pay our customers. And we are marching on. We are on it, and God willing, if today our boss is able to get bail today from the court, we are going to sit down with him. We are going to have a discussion with him and see how we can structure a strategy and put a plan together to retrieve all this money and then pay our customers.
Okay, right before we move on, just a quick clarification. So when you mentioned 200 million, were you indicating cedis or dollars?
No, it's 200 million Ghana cedis.
200 million Ghana cedis.
And I converted it into dollars, which is around $40 million. Okay, so that was what the finance minister told the soldiers when he was asked how much we are owing.
Okay, I just needed to clarify that because then, $40 million is almost the sum you are talking about. And you say other entities owe Menzgold as well. So likely there will be enough money to take care of your debts.
Assuming without admitting that the only company that owes us money is Horizon, and we're supposed to collect $39 million from them, I think it goes a long way even to solve the problem.